as large an audience as possible, TV clubs were created at post offices, laundromats, in the restrooms of businesses, so that every worker would emotionally sing along with the SS choir while looking at the TV screen. And in the 1935, the first widescreen television theater for 300 spectators was opened. And in the same year, regular television broadcasting was launched. In Berlin, on-air television broadcasts began. With television, the living Führer will enter every home, Goebbels wrote. Let's look at the television program for October 26, 1940. 1400 news reports, 1500 newsreels of military victories, 1600 the SS choir of Cologne sings an old song against a background of banners with runic symbols, 1615 news reports, 1700 they are wanted by people's police, 1800 news reports, 1830 to 1930 just the time when everyone used to return from factories, the world of the Führer. 1930 the SS choir of Cologne sings the same song, repetition. 1945 news reports, newsreels of military victories. 2000 the world of the Führer, repetition. 2100 news reports, newsreel of labor victories, poems and songs on the words of members of the German Youth Union. 2200 prayer of the members of the German Youth Union, Führer, my Führer, given to me by God. Soap operas like Behind the Glass shows appeared on the German blue screens. Goebbels was well aware of the value of the light genre, which deftly led viewers away from real life into an illusory reality and put them in an intellectual stupor, as well as removing critical thinking. Give me mass media and I will make a herd of pigs out of any people, said Goebbels, Reich Minister of Public Education and Propaganda of the Third Reich. Special attention was paid to women's programs. The image of a housewife whose main priorities were cooking, fashion, entertainment, sex, building relationships, and raising children was popularized. The guidelines of the operation of the Propaganda Ministry's television department of Germany stated: for housewives, we need the television programs that would make women have the right influence on their husbands in the evening when they come home from work. Let's take a look at the programming schedule in Nazi Germany. And nothing has changed today. Not even the timing of the programming schedule. In today's world, with the development of computer technology, the internet has come into our lives. Social networks and computer games have already captured attention of billions of people. The usage of vivid images through these modern technologies allows us to expand the possibilities of manipulating the human consciousness. People get a habit and do not notice that life takes place in a virtual reality and directly affects their worldview and three-dimensional reality itself. But the existing methods of manipulation are not the limit, as a person is still limited by the prescribed programs. Today, a meta-universe project is already being implemented. In the meta-universe, a human avatar can create anything, be anything, and own anything. And death there does not mean death in the real world. An illusion of omnipotence is created, in which a human becomes a god. What is the danger of the meta-universe to a person? A person begins to lose touch with the three-dimensional world, because in the real world, in order to achieve something, a person has to make efforts. For example, to study, work, eradicate bad habits. In other words, one has to exert effort, while in the virtual reality all desires are embodied at once, without labor and work on oneself. We see how intensively all tools are used to manipulate and control human attention, driving people into slavery to illusions of consciousness with the help of false images. The consumerist format of thinking is being imposed, and there is a clear bias of our civilization towards matter. So we, people, should think well what verge the world community is standing on now, whose will humanity thoughtlessly implements in life, and what consequences await individually each personality as well as human civilization as a whole. It is very important that all tools and technologies are used only for the benefit of people, to denounce lies and get rid of illusions, to form a beautiful future, popularize the creative ideology, and develop the best human qualities. And this is only possible in the creative society.